Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jacob and this is first entry to Trail Runner Network. In this video we're going to have a closer look at Sandsjöbacka Trail. Series of races that takes place near Gothenburg, Sweden, where over 3 days every January there are races between 22 and 82 kilometers. I took part in a race of 44 kilometers, recorded it, so now I can share with you my experience and help you get better prepared for next race edition. Let's watch Countdown, and after that I will tell you all you need to know before you get your tickets to Sweden. Let's watch Countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allez, 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 allez!
Start of the race is at 7 o'clock in the morning when it's still very dark outside. At the start line it is fairly bright, as everybody has a headlight and there are street lights. But as you run out of the city center you realize it's January in Northern Europe. And even after 8 o'clock in the morning it is pitch dark. Luckily, the first 8 kilometers of the race are on asphalt roads with no obstacles. It is a good warm-up before more difficult parts begin. At this stage there is no problem of navigation, as you simply follow the person in front of you. It is later in the race it may become a problem, but I will tell you more about that in a second. After over 8 kilometers, you are out of the city and on a red hiking trail. That's where the fun begins. It is mostly dry path, but a wrong step can get your shoes filled with icy water and mud. The difficulty of this part is intensified by lack of daylight. About 11th kilometer, there is a nutrition point, with water, isotonic drinks, coke, chips and fruit. After the nutrition point, the trail leads to more open spaces, where you often run on boulders that may be slippery and covered with snow. On those rocks you will understand the value of a good trail running shoes. Just before 9 o'clock the sun came up and the race became a true delight. In the woods, the trail would sometimes get narrow, making it more difficult to run on dry. Through the entire race, the main obstacles are ice, snow and mud. To me, the altitude difference was not a major problem, as there was no mountain to climb. You will see from the video how the terrain looks, so you can assess for yourself. Sometimes, choosing the way around a puddle may take extra time. You need to decide for yourself. Will you have enough strength to run an entire race fast enough to keep your body warm when stepping into icy water? If yes, you don't need to bother too much how to get around a puddle. For me, I had to be cautious, and it was often 2 steps forward, 1 step back. At this point, it might be important to tell you that the trail is full of footbridges, like this one, that can be surprisingly slippery. Often they are covered with chicken wire to help with traction, but please be careful. The nature surrounding the trail is amazing. It is to an extent that it can be distracting and lead to a wrong step, like so.
Just so everybody can see.
Ice cracked and I fell about 30 centimeters deep into icy water. In case like that, you just need to dust yourself off and keep going, because it was not even half of the race. Call me crazy, but this is exactly what makes it fun. The second nutrition point is at 22nd kilometer. Chips, fruit, chocolate, water, isotonic drink and coke is served. By this point, I was totally immune to icy water in my shoes, and mud did not seem to cause much problems anymore. Short after the second nutrition point, for the first time I lost my way. This is why I want to tell you about how the course is marked. Along the entire course, red and white ribbons are hanged on the branches, and I actually did not need to use the map provided by the organizers at all. Every crossroad was clearly marked which way you should go. How did I get lost, you ask? Well, truth is, when you are exhausted, I don't use much energy on thinking. So I missed a massive arrow sign and plenty of ribbons. I realized after about 1 kilometer I was off the track, and when I got back I could not believe the stupid mistake I made. I want to warn you, even on a well-marked course, you can go off track. This is why a mobile phone with GPS is a part of a mandatory equipment, but about that in a moment. Between second and third nutrition point, which is on the 33rd kilometer of the race, there was nothing but a beautiful nature, mud, sweat and joy. Plenty of wide paths, few technical parts, up and down the hills. Nothing that would be new to a runner or nothing particularly challenging.
Civilization ahead. Yep. So good.
The third nutrition point was serving chips, chocolate, gummy bears, cold and warm drinks. After the nutrition point, the course continues on wide paths. When trail gets you back to asphalt roads, it's not Gothenburg yet. It is just 37th kilometer. After the short asphalt bit, there is a quite difficult part. We are back on a muddy track running through and across ravine, something like a little canyon. That means significant altitude changes. From there it's easy running, wide paths with the view of the city, all the way to the stadium where the finish line is. On the last kilometer there's a small hill to climb. It is there just to test your strength. Be tough. Let me tell you more about the practicalities of Sandsjöbacka Trail and the 44-kilometer race. Regarding the transport to start line of the 44k race, there is a train going about 5:30 from Gothenburg Central Station. There is plenty of people in tights. They will show you the way to the start line. Registration is in local gym where you can use the equipment to warm up. With registration, you get a map and a race number. It's a very simple package. The organizers provided transport of your bag from the start line to the finish line. You don't have to worry about that. The mandatory equipment for the 44k race is a map provided by organizers, liquids minimum 200 ml, energy minimum 200 kilocalories, extra clothing, jacket or windstopper, bandage, whistle, cell phone with GPS, and headlamp. I had trousers, long sleeve shirt, rain cover, of course hat, gloves and scarf. As the jacket is light, in case of emergency, I always take for races like this one an emergency blanket. The 44k race is just one of the many races that takes place during the Sandsjöbacka Trail. Also, it is important to mention that races take place from Friday to Sunday. The extremely cool part about this event is that you can take part in races on different distances and you can race 3 consecutive days. Free race packages are called Sprint Triple and Ultra Triple. Sprint Triple is on distances 25, 30 and 22 kilometers. Ultra Triple is on distances 25, 44 and 82 kilometers. Of course, you can also sign up for any individual race. Regarding the UTMB points, for the 44k race you get 2 points. What can be interesting for some, Ultra Triple can get you 5 UTMB points. Full information about the points I will leave in the description. On the left, you can see the hill I mentioned before.
Yes.
Now let me take you back for the last straight of the race.
From Poland, trail runners Jakob Rubinski. Welcome, Jakob. Jakob Rubinski is from Poland. Welcome to Poland.
The warm welcome of the speaker made me go for the one last challenge.
Come on!
I wanted to catch the guy in front of me.
Come on, mate! Faster! From Gothenburg, for trail runners, it was Jacob. Thank you.
Thanks a million for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't be shy to like and subscribe. In the description of this video you will find a link to our website, Trail Runner Network, where you can find more information about this race and maybe even some discount codes. Thanks again and see you next time.